The information shared is for educational purposes only. Before taking any action, please seek the advice of a financial or tax professional. Hi, welcome everybody. This is Ron Yaish with Special Needs Life Planning.com. Here we are. We are doing kind of like a walkthrough on the Nevada ABLE website. Before we start, just wanted to make 2 points, one about us and one for you. We are Special Needs Life Planning. Our goal is to disseminate educational pieces, workshops, courses, webinars, videos, and articles. We'd love to get your feedback. You could always leave a comment below, and we make it our business to try to follow up to as many of those comments as possible, as well as emailing us at info at specialneedslifeplanning.com. I am Ron Yaish. I'm your host today. Before we begin, it's important just to mention that before taking any action, it's important to seek professional guidance and to get some professional advice. More specifically, even professional financial advice. Okay, so we're here at the Nevada ABLE website, and the first thing that pops up is a box that lets you know that there were some changes to the 529A ABLE account. And one of those changes has to do with the ability to roll over funds from a 529 education savings account into the 529A ABLE account. To date, this is the beginning of 2018. Even though the law has been passed, it's part of the tax reform bill passed on December 22nd, 2017. That has not been implemented yet. And if it has, I haven't seen it implemented yet, so there is more to come. Okay, so we're going to just close that and jump right in. So we see very, very straightforward website. You want to know the plan benefits, you want to know the investment options, and you want to be able to reach out to the people behind the website to ask them questions about the plan. Giving those with disabilities the ability to save. Again, I don't think I mentioned it in the intro. We're not going to be going into what is an ABLE account and how to benefit from an ABLE account. For that, we have a free webinar. Just click right below. We have a webinar, a free webinar that you could sign up for on the ABLE Account 101. Kind of give you a really good sense of what the benefits are and what it is and how to make use of it. Okay, so as you will notice, we're going to be jumping around, and that is intentional. We're going to check out Save Smart, Invest Easily. I'll take a little drink. I'm getting a little dry. Save Smart, Invest Easily. Start here. And then we have their forms. Let's go to Save Smart and see what Nevada is all about. The Nevada ABLE plan is all about helping to make life better. That's a really pretty picture. I like that. There's no limit to what people with disabilities can do now. That includes savings to, or saving to. Maintain your current benefits. Very important to mention. Actually, I'm going to skip down and come back to that point in just a moment. See if we get our answer here before we go to that. And hold on. Yes, this is what I wanted to see. Okay, so you can contribute $15,000 a year as of 2018 into an ABLE account. The owner of that ABLE account is the individual, him or herself, with the special needs. The individual who the individual who applies for this account. they are the owner of this account. So there could only be one account. As opposed to the 529 college savings plans where you can have every individual, let's say there were 4 grandparents, each grandparent can have their own 529 college savings plan. And in this situation, the individual benefiting is the actual owner. Now, the reason why I went down and I'm jumping right back up is because of a very important point. We saw that the Nevada allows you to have, I think it was $376,000 of a balance, right? Which doesn't mean that they won't allow it to grow beyond that, but it means once it reaches that point, they won't allow you to make any more contributions. Putting in $15,000 a year, this being a fairly new program, it's probably not going to happen right away anyway, but good to know the balance. Some people may need that for their planning. What's important to know is that for those receiving benefits such as SSI benefits, the minute you pass the $100,000 mark, the benefit of this account protecting you from your benefits goes out the window. So make sure that if you are relying on this being the type of account that's going to keep you safe in the sense of being able to save some money and yet still having your SSI resources and income, that works as long as you don't let the account reach 100,000. The minute it crosses over that line, benefits are going to be compromised. So that's important to know. That's why I went down there to make that point. Okay. How to open up this account. You could apply, you could do this online, mobile devices, you could use your tablet, and it takes a mere $25 to open up this account. Now, they do charge 2 types of fees. This is not uncommon. One is for the investments, what it costs to manage the actual investments. And the other one is a maintenance fee, okay, an account maintenance fee. Here they charge $15 a quarter, so that would be $60 a year. But if you are a Nevada resident, you get, you could save $1.25. And if you decide to go with e-delivery as opposed to mail delivery, otherwise known as snail mail, if you go with digital delivery, then you could save another $3.75, bringing yourself down from paying, instead of $60 a year, to $40 a year. But again, that's up to you. There's some people who want the paper and they need it just for the way that they work. Okay, we're not going to the eligibility. What is a qualified disability expense? We do have below, we do have access to a number of resources for you. Check out our resource guide. One of those resources that we make available is a qualified disability expense report to give you a better sense of what this expense is all about, how it works, giving you examples. Again, it's not exhaustive, but it does give you an idea more than just a list. So for example, right, we'll look at education. So an individual needs a certain type of training. They can't get that, or they want, they were just, was involved with somebody who's a swimmer. The individual likes to swim, needs to exercise, but there's no real opportunity to swim unless you get access to a health club. So this individual is using some of his funds to pay for a monthly dues to a health club to get access to that pool, which is necessary for this individual's health. Okay. Do I have to prove eligibility? Again, you have to go through the application process. There are ways that if you're involved with other government benefits that you can, you could skip some of the steps because it's somewhat redundant, right? If you're already involved with some of these organizations, some of these services. But in the event that you do have to produce a doctor's note, we do have a sample doctor's note, again, in our resource section. Just look below and check that out. You'll see a link for that as well. Can I have more than one ABLE Nevada account? The answer is no way, Jose. You can't have any other ABLE account. You can only have one. Individual may only have one. I'm going to stand corrected. Before I misspoke, I said $376,000. It was $370,000. I apologize for that error. Can friends and family make contributions into my account? The answer is absolutely. And I like the way they say absolutely because I say absolutely. Excuse me. What happens is, we've trained a number of the family members not to make cash contributions, financial contributions to the individual with special needs, because in the event that this individual relies on certain government benefits, if you have more than $2,000 in assets, some of your benefits may be compromised. But what we need to do is really educate close friends and family members that the ABLE account is okay. So what some people are doing is they're sending a letter, an email, a note to close friends and family members a month before the individual's birth date and a month before the holidays, saying, look, you may be thinking of what to get so-and-so. He, she has this savings account, and this may be a good way to give him or her. So consider that. That's part one. Part two is making it easy for them to take action on that. So either include a PDF or a note with the Nevada name, the Nevada address, the account number, and the account holder's name, right? So that they can write a check and they can send something over and participate in this endeavor to raise funds. Again, you're not asking for a handout. You're giving individuals an opportunity that would be giving this individual something anyway. This just may be another option. We're not going to go into this. Systematic withdrawals. So here you can make systematic withdrawals to the bank listed on your account by mail to your address or to a third party. Third party being that health club, right? You could send a monthly check to the health club, whatever it is, the $25, the $50, whatever the health club charges, whatever training you're paying for, that could be going directly, the systematic means on a regular basis, right? So let's say there was some service that the individual was getting. So that is good that that's there. There unfortunately are some of the ABLE plans that don't have that available. Now, there was one plan I recall only allowing you to make a withdrawal twice in a month. And it's not so clear from that if you're allowed to make that to a third party, which means to somebody else. My understanding, unless I see that, I'd love to figure that out. I really should do a deep dive on that or look into that further. It seems that they would just mail you a check and then you would have to, deposit it and handle whatever expenses you have on your end. We're going to get to the investments in a little bit. Just one other thing about the qualified disability expenses. At this point, there is no requirement to keep track of that, but it is best practice to keep track of that information. So that is why we've included a PDF and an Excel spreadsheet that you could download. You can utilize for yourself in order to record and to keep track of the date, who did it go to, how much did it cost, and what was the purpose, right? So you're dealing with money that the government's allowing you to save in this way and to benefit in this way. Should you ever get asked to produce this, or in the future when these are required, you want to be able to have an answer, all right? And this is something that you should be doing anyway, regardless of if somebody's going to ask you or not. It's definitely best practice to take that. So you can make your own, or you can model it off ours, or you can just use ours, and that is fine. Okay. What type of investment options do we have? So there are 7 investment options, or 7 options to place your money in this account. One is an FDIC insured checking account. It is FDIC insured up to $250,000. And you can use these funds for everyday expenses. And you do get access to a debit card, which I really like. Because for those people who are looking to develop and work on this life skill, again, it's not for everybody, but for those that are looking for it, it's good to have it there and to see how that works. Then there are 6 different investment options, from aggressive to conservative. We'll just click on the conservative. Again, our position here is not to say yay or nay about a specific investment or their plans regarding the investment, but just to make an observation. So in this one, they have a number of index funds. They show you how they break it up. It's a good idea to read the plan disclosure statement. It is a large document. You don't have to go through, you don't have to know every single word by heart, but you may have some basic questions, and a lot of your answers are going to be there. Who's managing the money? How do things work? What are the fees? It's important to check that out. Last but not least, let's go to, actually it's not last. Let's go to contact us. Can we help? So the state of Nevada makes themselves available to you. You can call, you can email them, you can mail them. And again, they will feel comfortable answering questions about their plan. You don't want to put, excuse me, you don't want to put somebody in the position where they're making a recommendation, because that's not really appropriate, right? They don't know you, you don't know them. They don't know what your background is. They don't know what your risk tolerance is like. They don't know how this money fits into the bigger picture. So to say, should I go conservative? Should I go aggressive? It's not really their place. They could tell you what they have available, but don't get frustrated if they don't give you that personal advice. For that, as we mentioned before, you should be seeking the advice of a financial professional. Okay, let's go down below, do one more thing, and then we'll jump to the sign up forms. So there are a number of forms that you could do both online and hard copy by downloading it. And then there are some that you could just do by hard copy, like power of attorney, form, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, let's go back to the home page. I have to click out of that, and let's go to start saving. Okay, so this is the application process. Some people say it takes 10 minutes. Some people say it takes 15 minutes. It may take you a half hour. Whatever it is, it's not really a long application process. It's pretty basic. I do use a name. I'm gonna don't contact me here. I don't really check any of this stuff. And I don't go through the application because I think it's inappropriate. I do get you in the door just so you could see what it's like. They want to know, who is it that is filling this out? Are you the individual? Are you the guardian? Are you the parent? Are you an authorized individual? They want to know who you are. They want to know the info on the account owner, the social, birth date, all the classic stuff. Then they want to know, tell us about the disability. What is the owner's disability? And then they'll, get into the investments and all the other details. So it's pretty straightforward. A number of things to click, some things to look into, and then others to actually fill out. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the state of Nevada by reaching out to the contact information that we shared with you before. If you want to reach us, please just leave a message, info@specialneedslifeplanning.com, info@specialneedslifeplanning.com. Tell us what's on your mind. Let us know if you like this. Let us know if this was something that was helpful to you. Are there other things you want to know more about? There are really many parts to the special needs life planning process. And we know a lot of pieces that make up that process, but we're not experts in everything, and we don't make believe to be experts. And that's why we're on this mission to research, to learn, and then to share and educate. And that education comes through articles, through videos, through courses, and through webinars. So that is our mission. You can leave a comment below. We'll try to respond to the best of our ability. Take advantage of our webinar, take advantage of our resource guide, and please share this with other individuals, other agencies that may benefit from this type of information. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much. It was a pleasure being your host today. Again, my name is Ron Yaish with Special Needs Life Planning.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It means a lot that you've spent the time with us. Just wanted to ask you if you could to please subscribe to our channel. It does help us. It means a lot to us. And if you are watching this on the blog, you wouldn't be able to subscribe, but you would be able to put in your email address and join the ABLE Report community. That means when we come out with information, when we come out with our ABLE reports, you would receive it. So please enter your email address if this is on the blog, or click subscribe on right below this video. Thanks so much. Until next time.